What's up? Welcome back to Making Money Make Sense with Tola. I'm your host Tola, and today is day 17 of my 31-day series, 31 Days of Finance Tips to Prepare You for 2021. Today is day 17 of my mini-series, Exploring Your Credit Report. And I know I kind of look weird with this new microphone looking thing, and I know Lambo is growling in the background of my video, but I'm trying to improve the sound quality, so bear with me, even though I look like I have a teleperformance job or something. But yeah. Limbo, you finna get in the cage, okay? You finna go outside. You finna go outside. Oh, let's get started. Today is day 17. Let's get started with this Equifax report. At the top, there's nothing. Then in the middle, there's Equifax credit report. Shows my name, report confirmation, and the number right there. Wow, this is so official. Dear Tola, thank you for requesting your Equifax report. Your report contains information received primarily from companies which have granted you credit. Great care has been taken to report this information correctly. Please help us in achieving even greater accuracy by reviewing all enclosed material carefully. Wow. Didn't Equifax have a scandal a few years ago? I know they are trying to be careful. Alright, initiate an investigation request anytime at this website. Please mail the dispute to this mailing address. Call us at this number. Please note when you provide documents, including a letter to Equifax as part of your dispute, the documents may be submitted to one or more companies whose information are the subject of your dispute. To get a copy of your credit score, please call our automatic ordering system at this number. Oh, that's so nice. Oh God. I just looked at the bottom of the thing and it said page 2 of 80. So TransUnion had 19 pages, Experian had 69, and Equifax has 80. So let's see if Equifax is the more detailed one. I mean, it's nice that they gave us this welcome message. Number 1. Summary. This is a quick summary for a quick view of key information obtained in your Equifax credit report. The date of the report, which was on the 14th, I pulled them all the same day. Credit file status, no fraud indicator on file, thanks. Alert, no records. Average account age, that's not your business. Length of credit history, that's also not your business. Accounts with negative information, none. My oldest account is this, open in this year. Oh, most recent account is this, open in whatever year. Oh, okay, thanks for that. Credit accounts. Your credit report contains information about activity on your credit accounts that affect your credit score and rating. So with TransUnion, they did give us a description of each section. Equifax also did the same thing, even though their codes were not listed at the top. And I don't know yet if Equifax has codes, but their codes are not listed at the beginning either. But they do have a description for each section. So it shows me how many. So on my credit account section, it shows the account types, revolving, mortgage, installment, other, and then the total. My total number of accounts is the same as my other reports, so that's good. My accounts with balances, okay, thanks for letting me know that. Revolving balance is this much, available is this much. Okay, so this is good. This Equifax praise guide. If you go back to my video on how to build your credit score or how to start your credit score, I'm going to have like a little thing that pops up right there. Part of the video showed that your credit score is determined by your revolving credit. This gives you the total balance of this gives you how much credit you have taken out, then how much you have available, and then it shows like your debt to credit, ratio, which is good because it should be under, what is it, 30%. If you got that right, give yourself a hand clap because you did that, okay? You knew. Y'all made me so proud. All right, this is quality information. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Okay, mortgage. Thank you for that. Telling me my total balance available. Interesting. Okay, this is my balance, and then this is available, and then this is my credit limit. I wonder what this means. I need to look that up, because why is there an available amount on the mortgage? Okay, because like revolving credit, I have a total balance, then I have what I have available to borrow, right? And then my credit limit is how much I have credit in total. So the mortgage is saying my balance, how much I owe. Then it shows what I have available to borrow. Then it shows my limit, which is interesting. I have money to borrow from my mortgage. Let's take a second to figure this out. Okay, and we're back. I did a little bit of research, and it's too much research for me to do right now. So whenever I do a series on the whole housing thing, that's when I will come back to this question, because that's quite interesting. Debt to credit ratio, 100%. I mean, I just started my mortgage, so I understand why it's looking like that, but still, dog. Okay, my installment loans, which are my most likely student loans. I see my total balance here. There's also an available here, and then my credit limit is how much I have in total that I borrowed in total. Debt to credit, 97%. Okay. Other items, let's see. So your credit report includes Lambo. You making noise again? I'm finna take that toy. No. Children, just kids. All right. Other items. Your credit report includes your personal information and, if applicable, consumer statements. Back up. People can hear you whining in the mic. And could include other items that may affect your credit score and rating. Okay, these are other items. If you remember, I actually don't think other items were included in the other reports. In the Experian report, they gave a list of like all the promotional offers at the end that would, like, you know, pull in my credit report so they can send me a credit card in the mail. But I'm not sure if this is the same, so let's read it. Consumer statements, 0. Personal information, a few. Inquiries, a few. Most recent inquiry. Okay, thanks. Public records, collections. Oh, that's good. I don't have none of that. All right. So at the bottom of this page, which is page 3, I'm seeing this like status bar of all the topics that we're getting to. This is pretty long. Also, I think this video is going to be pretty long too, because this is more information than that was on the other ones, other reports. So let's see. Number 2, revolving accounts. Revolving accounts are those that are generally included in a credit limit and require a minimum monthly payment, such as credit cards. Thank you very much for telling me that. Okay, so on this report, remember yesterday I was looking at it and I said Apple, why is Apple first? And it was in alphabetical order. But today, the first one is my most recent credit card that I opened. Your debt to credit ratio. So let's start. It says summary here. Your debt to credit ratio represents the amount of credit you're using and generally takes up a percentage of your credit score. It's calculated by dividing an account's reported balance by its credit limit. Y'all don't remember my video? That video was so lit. I had a chain on and I talked about everything that is composed of your credit score. Let's continue. So they have my account number, which is not listed here. Reported balance, account status, pays as agreed, which means I'm current. Debt to credit ratio is there, and my available credit is that much. Account history. The tables below show up to 2 years of the monthly balance, available credit, scheduled payment, date of last payment, high credit, credit limit, amount past due, activity, designator, and comments, which is very similar to the other ones, because remember they had a chart that showed almost all of that same information. I'm trying to get comfortable here. No, Lembo, go away. So that's showing the balance, all those things that I just listed. So this one is pretty like kind of empty because it was my most recent one, my most recent like credit card that I got with my furniture. Payment. Okay, thanks for all that. The next section is payment history. View up to 7 years of monthly payment history on this account. The numbers indicated on each month represent the number of days a payment was past due. The letters indicate other account events such as bankruptcy or collections. Aha! So now I'm starting to see some codes. Check, paid on time. 30 days past due. 60 days past due. 90 days past due. The reason I have to put lotion on is because when I think in like one of my very first videos I was ashy and someone called me out on that, and I was just like, I want to be ashy, not me issue. 90 days past due, 120, 150, 180. V is voluntary surrender. Okay, that's the same as what it was on the TransUnion report. F is for foreclosure. C, collection amount. CO, charge off. Remember, charge offs is when something was worth something but now it's worthless, as in like it has no value. B, included in bankruptcy. R, repossession, which is the repo man. TN, too new rate, as in like I think it's too new because it's TOO, and TOO means accession. And then they have this one little weird looking, I don't know, squiggly line that says no data available. Okay. On the TransUnion report, that was ND. I think so. It was either that one or Experian. Next section, account details of that card in particular. High credit, the high credit that I have on it right now. The credit limit, how much I can borrow from it. Terms frequency is monthly because I'm paying it monthly. Those are the terms. The balance is here. Amount past due, $0.00 because you know I don't mess around when it comes to payments. Actual payment amount, date of last activity, months reviewed, activity designator, deferred payment start date. I do not have that. So balloon payment, I don't have one of those. Loan type, charge account, date of first delinquency, I ain't got one. Owner, individual, me. Account type, revolving credit. Term duration, date opened, date reported, and the date of the last payment, which was last month. Scheduled payment is this much. Delinquency first reported, I don't have one. Creditor classification, unknown. Charge off amount, balloon balance, date closed. Okay, thanks for all of that information, which is good. Now we're going to my next card, which is interesting because this card is my very first card. So remember before I said that the card was my most recent card, so I thought it was going to be most recent order, but it's not, which is interesting. So it has pretty much around the same information as that one card. It has a few comments on it. Comment 1. In whatever year was affected by natural disaster, and then account previously in dispute now resolved by data furniture, which is interesting because what was happening at that time? I think it was like a hurricane or something. So it has the same list of items on here. I see a lot of check marks, and then I see a lot of little squiggly lines where it says no data available, which is a reflection of that natural disaster. Then they have the comment section and then contact information. Yeah, this is very interesting because now the next card is the card I got before my last. I don't know. I'm not sure if there is a method to this madness. Let me see. The credit limit on that one's kind of high. This credit limit is not even really close to that, because my Apple Card has a higher balance than the other card, which is, I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a method to this, but because I can't figure it out right now. Alright, my next card, about the same information, reported balance, debt to credit ratio, available credit, thank you. Account history, nothing on it because I haven't used it. Okay. High credit limit, activity designator, payment history, okay, thank you. This is about the same information in that little comment section. And then this one, yeah, there's no, I'm not sure if there's a method because this next card I'm looking at has a higher available credit than the last 3 cards I looked at. This one got a lot of payments on it because if you remember my last video, there was one that I maxed out, and I'm looking at the month right now. It was the beginning of that year. That's crazy. I straight maxed this whole thing out, and I couldn't pay it for a long time, like a few months. This was that 2038. Yeah, that was a hard time. But it's all good now, because now it has $0.00 balance. I paid it off. Wow. Let's see. Available credit. And I remember on this card, I remember like maxing it out, and I remember having a hard time paying it off, but then I eventually paid it off. And then my credit line increased, and I was like, I did not request a credit line increase, and that was my first time experiencing that too. Okay, so I'm just gonna skip through the rest of my credit cards here, because skimming it makes sense. Like, after looking at the first two sections, the information is pretty much the same and what I expect there to be on here. Okay, this is my mortgage. Let's see what it has on here. So my account number is listed. All the other ones don't have account numbers for interested, which is interesting. Reported balance, debt to credit ratio, paid as agreed, which means it's current. Then they have my payments on here. Let's see what else. They have a comment where my my rate was fixed, where they determined the rate of my mortgage, and when they sold my mortgage to the bank. Thanks for that. Lambo! You're making noise in the background. Oh, account details. High credit. Okay. Frequency, monthly balance. Actual payment amount, which is good. Once reviewed. The loan type. Okay, thanks. Owner. Account type. Mortgage. Term duration. Dang, guess how many months I got left to pay on this? I mean, years? That's actually years. Okay. Date of last payment. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so they have my mortgage from the bank listed on here, but they also have my mortgage before they sold it, and they have it on here as closed. So all of that information is about the same. Activity designator says transfer or sold. It was sold. You don't have to lie. We know what happened. Okay, now we have my installment accounts, which are student loans. Then they all have pretty much an account number, reported balance, debt to credit ratio. Then they have the high credit amounts I had on there. Funny, 2020. This year I was paying on it, right? Cause my deferment ended. So in January, February, and March, I put some money down. Also in April, fixed rate because I got the government loans. Balance, thanks for that. Individual installment. Okay, so all these are making sense, so I'm gonna skip through my student loans because I have a lot of them. So we have made it to number 5, other accounts. Other accounts are those that are not already identified as revolving mortgage or installment accounts, such as child support obligations and rental agreements. You do not currently have any other accounts, okay? So don't mess around. No evictions, baby. No evictions. Consumer statements. Consumer statements are explanations of up to 100 words you can attach to your credit file to provide more information on an item you may disagree with or would like to provide details on. Consumer statements are voluntary and have no impact on your credit score. You currently do not have any of that. Personal information. Creditors use this personal information to identify you. Thanks. Identification is the information that indicates your current identification. Okay, you already said that. Oh, it's not. It's my credit score. Credit score. I said that in my other video. It has my name, formerly known as Social Security, date of birth, other identifications, alert, and they have a contact information. So this is where we have the addresses. This is a few. This report does not list as many addresses as the other reports did, which is interesting. Employment history. I guess none of my employers reported because I didn't see nothing on here. Inquiries. Then we have our hard inquiries. That may affect your credit rating or score. These are made by companies whom you have applied for a loan and credit and may remain on your file for 2 years. Of course, all of these are the ones. Interesting. So I have less hard inquiries on here too. I have a lot of soft inquiries on here. Which is not as many as on the Experian. So Equifax is only showing like the most recent ones, unless they didn't request it from Equifax, because not everyone requests information from all the creditor people. So that makes sense. Public records, bankruptcies, judgments, and liens. They give a description of what these are. Bankruptcies are legal status that indicates you are unable to pay off outstanding debt. They stay on your credit report up to 10 years, depending on the chapter of bankruptcy you filed for. They generally have a negative impact on your credit score, obviously. Judgments, they stay on your credit report up to 7 years from the date filed by the court. Liens is a claim on an asset. Equifax only collects tax-related liens. They stay on your credit report up to 10 years. Yeah. Collections are accounts with outstanding debt that have been placed by a creditor. They can stay on your report up to 7 years, and they have a negative impact on my score. Thanks. Dispute file information. If you believe that this information is incorrect, there are 3 ways you can launch an investigation. Okay, disclaimer. Thanks for that. Now, the rest of these on here are disclaimers. Summary of your rights under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And all of that stuff. Types of businesses, their contact information. And we have made it to page 80 out of 80. So this concludes my review of my Equifax credit report. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Yeah. Oh, I found that my Equifax report has more information than the other reports, but they have more in-depth information than the credit reports, but not necessarily more like data listed, which is interesting. So it's good to pull all 3 because they don't all have the same things on there. And like I said in my TransUnion video, you want to make sure that you understand or you recognize everything in your credit report, because if you don't recognize something, then someone could have stolen your identity and you don't want that. And thank you so much for watching this video. I will see y'all tomorrow.